Now for the game I'm most excited for on the weekend for Mountain West matchups, it's New Mexico State going on to take on New Mexico. The Rio Grande rivalry. Both teams enter this game 2-1 on the season. The first time in a while that's been so. New Mexico, impressive victory against UCLA. New Mexico State's looked good against their opponents. Their last outing was a disappointing loss against Louisiana Tech on the road. Both had bye weeks last week, and they've been preparing this for the past couple weeks. Uh, it's looking like it's going to be a near sellout crowd. First time in a while for New Mexico. This game feels like it's going to have a ton of energy going into it. It's a 2 p.m. Mountain Time game on the Mountain West Network. Lobos open up at 13.5-point favorites. I throw the spreads out the window. This is going to be a tightly contested game, I think. Just a good old rivalry. At least in the case for Jack Lane and the Lobos, I would sort of throw his stats out the window. It's sort of irrelevant. He's played effective football, and he's found a way to keep his team in it, whether it's improvised run or making key crucial throws to extend the drive. As for Logan Fife, they rely on him to a much more different degree. He's, without him, I don't know if they're 2-1 on the season. They like to air it out, and the running game hasn't been utilized that much this season. For the Lobos, it's a very scary running back room. You got Scott Cherry Humphrey, you got Damon Bankston, you got DJ McKinney, all talented guys that can get it done for the Lobos. Defensively, the Lobos have improved week by week. They get stops, they get turnovers. They have some holes in their game that they've been tightening up, I'm sure, for the past couple weeks. New Mexico State's wins aren't as impressive. 19-3 victory over Bryant, 21-14 victory over Tulsa, and a pretty good beating that they got from Louisiana Tech, 49-14. But this is a game that they're gonna put all their efforts into it. Most important game of the season for either team. You're gonna have most of New Mexico watching this game this weekend. I think it's gonna produce fireworks. I think they're gonna trade off scores. I think it's be which team makes the least amount of mistakes, because I think they're both going to find their way to the end zone. I would have to say I like the Lobos' defense more so, and their offense. Their offense is it's tough to face. They include a lot of read options and trick plays and misdirection. They really have a creative coordinator that's looking for big chunk plays anywhere he can get them. If Jackson Eck can put some pressure on that whatever limited running game they have, and really pressure Logan Fife in the backfield so where he can't make those reads on time and maybe get some tackles for loss, it would help out. And on the other side, you got Jamal Thompson Jr. He's their go-to guy defensively. They're going to need him to get in the backfield, pressure Jack Lane, and do his best to, prevent the rushing game going according to plan. I feel like it's going to be a close game, but I favor the Lobos. I think they're just too good right now. Jason Eck has a great team, and really, I think we're going to see the full effect of that running game that we saw against UCLA a week ago. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game as well. I think there's going to be a lot of points on the board. I think New Mexico can overwhelm them. I'm not sure how much they win by, but I think the Lobos get it done at home and win the Rio Grande rivalry. The 2 p.m. Mountain Time game on the Mountain West Network. Be sure to check it out. It's New Mexico State taking on New Mexico.